I'm Mario Andretti, and you are listening to Jack Arute's Wind Tunnel.
Welcome to Season 2 of Wind Tunnel. This week,
down into turn number 3, Arcanorio got it for the final time, and Sagamihara, Japan is going to take the checkered flag.
I didn't understand anything about the United States, so I was shocked. It's everything different, the culture, the language, the food, everything different.
Veekay has been flying. This is for position. Veekay looking up the middle.
Depends on what I need. If I really need to clear everything in my mind and I'm stressed, I will go super hard on the bike and suffer, and it will, for some reason, make me feel way better afterwards.
Whoa! That is amazing. What a save, Daniel Suarez.
Just part of the process, you continue to get better every single year and every single race. And if you don't get better, you have to actually work on yourself to try to get better, because there is always things that you can do better or different.
Wind Tunnel is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts, the official auto parts retailer of NASCAR. Here's your host, Jack Arute.
This week, I'm taking Wind Tunnel global. You see, all three of my guests are foreign-born, and all three left their native lands to chase their dreams here in the United States. Daniel Suarez was raised in Monterrey, Mexico. As a kid, he dreamed of a NASCAR career, and he quickly moved up the NASCAR Mexico ladder, eventually moving to NASCAR's Xfinity Series here in the States, where he snared an Xfinity Championship in just his second season. He then moved up to Cup the following year, and last season, he joined TrackHouse Racing. Daniel and I unpacked the TrackHouse story and his aims for the 2022 season. RInus Veekay is part of Ed Carpenter's IndyCar team. When the Dutchman captured the GMR Grand Prix last year on Indy's road course, Rinus served notice that he should be included in any conversation about IndyCar's young guns. When he swings by, the 21-year-old explains where he thinks he has matured as a driver, where he believes his team is much improved, and a novel technique that he employs to better connect with his team's strategist. Akinori Ogata moved to the United States from his home country of Japan. He knew little about American culture and moved to the epicenter of NASCAR, North Carolina, with one goal in mind: becoming a NASCAR success. After almost 2 decades, Ogata scored his very first career NASCAR victory just a few weeks ago at the historic Hickory Motor Speedway. His story is one of perseverance, sacrifice, and passion. But before these three join me, we need to update you on this past weekend's action. IndyCar had the weekend off, and NASCAR's Xfinity and Cup cars found themselves moving from the Bristol dirt to the 2.66-mile behemoth known as the Talladega Superspeedway. And both races there delivered the expected drama that Talladega is known for. It started, though, with qualifying and a great story in the Xfinity race, when journeyman driver Jeffrey Earnhardt, grandson of Dale Sr., took the pole in a Richard Childress Racing No. 3 Camaro, wrenched by America's crew chief Larry McReynolds. In the race itself, 300 miles turned out not to be enough to decide the outcome. In fact, it took 3 overtimes.
Noah Gragson jumps to the race lead.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to make it.
I mean, Noah's got the lead right now, and then, Allgaier's down out of the way. The pace car's ready to pull up behind him, but here we go.
Brett Moffitt is there. Everyone behind the 9 of Noah Gragson.
Come on, 3.
They're 3 wide behind Noah.
Back up to him now.
Start-finish line down past the tri-oval at Talladega. Here they come. This will finish it. In Alabama, who's it going to be?
Down.
Noah Gragson wins it at Talladega Superspeedway.
What about Jeffrey Earnhardt? Well, his second-place victory was indeed a career best.
I think it's still a mission accomplished coming here. We wanted to set on the pole and win this thing, and we fell short by 1 spot. So just very thankful for everyone that's given me this opportunity.
Before we get to the Geico 500 at Talladega, it's time to catch you up with NASCAR's Advanced Auto Parts weekly racing series action. And for that, we turn to our friend Lenny Baticki.
Thanks a lot, Jack. This is your NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series report. We'll start out in Mijn, Michigan at Berlin Raceway. Kyle Crump took the checkers there. Ed Carpenter, the winner at New York's Bethel Motor Speedway, while at Claremont Motorsports Park, it was Ricky Bly. Leroy Morrison, the winner at Central Missouri. Bowman Gray Stadium in North Carolina, 15,000 plus fans opening night there, and Danny Bone took the modified win. Hickory, North Carolina, Hickory Motor Speedway, Landon Huffman doubled up and won both of the late model races, while in Virginia it was all doubles. Dominion Raceway both went to Peyton Sellers, Brendan Queen the same at Langley Speedway, and at Motor Mile both went to Kyle Dudley. Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania's Grandview Speedway to Craig Van Doren. Riley Gentry, a winner at Greenville Pickens Speedway in South Carolina. I-80 in Nebraska to Kyle Vanover. The Secret Squirrel, that's what they call Ronnie McCarty. Well, they also call him the winner at Kingsport, Tennessee. Kern Raceway Park, Bakersfield, California. Arca West in town. Landon Lewis got that win. Chase Galvin, winner at Lakeside Speedway in Kansas, while at Salinas High Banks, it was Jalen Harbarger. Kyle Tellstrom, the winner at Meridian Speedway in Idaho, New Smyrna Speedway in Florida to Brad May, Loves Park, Illinois, Rockford Speedway to Max Collar, and Richard Dorman took the checkers at Tucson Speedway in Arizona. That's your NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series report. Have an awesome one, Jack. Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, Lenny. Now, back to Talladega. Everyone knows that superspeedway racing is a crapshoot, and Sunday, survival played center stage until the final lap.
Oh, Kurt to the outside. That's going to slow down this one.
Now watch the momentum with the one car.
Too far out. 3 back.
Kyle Busch.
He's out of long ways. Here comes a run with the 5.
Kyle Larson, big push. Does it go to the outside?
He's going to have to. Here he goes.
And he's in the wall.
Opens the door up for the one of Ross Chastain.
And on the outside, Kyle Larson added.
Oh my gosh. How about you?
Ross Chastain. Ross is the boss of Talladega.
Ross just kept it straight. Everyone else went everywhere.
Well, he was able to. The 5 making that move to the outside, getting the big block by Eric Jones. Got him doubled up on the outside. How about this? TrackHouse Racing in victory lane again this season.
In a month, you can bring a car back you win at a road course, and you can win at Talladega. Like, that hasn't happened since the 60s. Like, I don't know, farther back. I have no idea. I mean, they would have different cars. So it's wild. That's more what it means to me. That this car is capable of that. You change the geometry, change the suspension, shim the body a little bit, and go race. Like, put the different tune in the motor for super speedway, and adjust your rear diffuser and adjust everything, and the same car can come race. That's just wild.
There you have it. A hearty wind tunnel congratulations to all this past weekend's racing action and winners.
Stay where you are. This week's guests are waiting in the wings. First up this week,
Veekay has been flying. This is for position. Veekay looking up the middle. RInus Veekay wins the GMR Grand Prix in Indianapolis.
Wheel 8. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Hey, car lovers. At Advance Auto Parts, we have what you need to keep your car running all season long. So if you enjoy getting ahead of the curve when it comes to taking care of your ride, Advance Auto Parts has everything to keep your ride on track to reach the victory lap. Because you can trust the team at Advance Auto Parts to assist you in finding what you need at the right price. Stop by Advance Auto Parts, where you're always number one.
This is how we advance.
welcome back to your podcast home for motorsports conversation. Jack Arute's Wind Tunnel.
Well, a lot has happened to my next guest since he first burst onto the scene in the NTT IndyCar Series, and already he is an established winner. And now, I guess, RInus Veekay, we can call you a veteran. Welcome back to the Wind Tunnel, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's definitely crazy to be called a veteran. I'm just 21 years old, but it's pretty cool.
Let's go back and take a look. Certainly, we were all really excited when you won the Indy GP. How would you grade 2021?
I think it would be a B. I think we started off as an A+, and kind of, we didn't really have the consistency at the end of the season after my bike crash. So that takes a few points away, but I think B is still pretty good, and we definitely learned a lot while struggling last season, which we now take with us and use all the experience to just become better.
That bike crash, unexpected, certainly with the broken collarbone. How long despite all of the great physical therapy that you received, how deep into the season did you still have to deal with it, even if it was just a nagging issue physically?
I think there was only one race, Mid-Ohio, where I felt like physically I was not in the best shape to drive a car, but still went pretty well. Actually, my best result of the last part of the season. So I think there were other factors. Just we were just a little bit off pace and kind of lost the nice momentum we had. I think also mentally that really hurt me. So it was just a struggle. But I think struggling it all matters how you come back from the struggles.
I'm going to circle back to what you think lies ahead for 2022, but a lot, as I said when I welcomed you here inside the wind tunnel, has happened to RInus Veekay, including relocating from across the street in Speedway, Indiana, from the Speedway, all the way down to Florida. What prompted you to decide to go to the Sunshine State, my friend?
Well, sunshine, definitely. I like warm weather more than cold weather, so it was an easy decision for me, and the team gave me the freedom to do it, so a no-brainer for me, and definitely enjoyed the winter in nice weather in t-shirts and shorts, and I enjoyed it. It was great, and I think actually the flights going to all the races are way better than I expected, so I'm very happy.
Well, you realize that you're just one of many that have decided to locate in Florida. And Kyle Kirkwood, who's a rookie, is an avid surfer. In fact, he's been on this show and has been very outspoken about he would rather go surfing, and he feels like that may give him a little bit of an edge. So has RInus Veekay gone out and grabbed a surfboard and tackled the waves yet?
Not yet. Where I live in Fort Lauderdale, there's not really waves like where he lives in Jupiter. But
well, it's not that far of a drive, RInus. Come on.
Not a far drive. No. But maybe we should meet up, and I need to get some surfing lessons from Kyle. But no, I enjoy being in Florida and sometimes clearing off my mind, and it's just nice to just have a place where I can lay back and just take it easy outside the race.
You talk about the need to clear your mind. It's such an intense lifestyle, and so much has to go into it. So when you have those moments, and look, RInus, there's fellow drivers that's why they embrace golf. There's others like Kirkwood that's why surfing is important. How does cycling not only physically get you in shape for 3 or 4 hours in the cockpit of an Indy car, but also clearing your mind? How important is your cycling regime to getting away from the intensity of racing?
It's pretty important. I think it's always very hectic, and cycling really helps me with that. I depends on what I need. If I really need to clear everything in my mind and I'm stressed, I will go super hard on the bike and suffer, and it will, for some reason, make me feel way better afterwards. And otherwise, I just do a long ride, and you're outside, you're in the sunshine, and you see a lot of the world. So I really enjoy that. Yeah.
Forgive me for a second. So to clear your mind, RInus Veekay needs to suffer?
Sometimes, yes. I kind of enjoy suffering in a physical sporty way. Yes.
I understand there was a cycling trip that you took a little while ago. Lo and behold, you had an unexpected visitor that you ran into.
Yeah, that was funny. I did a 40, 50-mile bike ride with a friend, and it was all gravel, so there was nothing. And there was one fruit stand we planned to stop at the end of our ride. And I roll up on my bike and I see Devlin DeFrancesco just walking there. So it was funny. And he was apparently go-karting in Homestead, which was 10 minutes away. So I just went and got a milkshake there. But it's funny to see him, and funny coincidence to roll up at the same time he was there.
Ed Carpenter Racing has put together a pretty potent race team that is augmented with, Ed getting behind the wheel in the oval races. So, from your perspective, where do you think ECR has grown this year versus last year?
Well, I think as a team, it's good that we have 2 full-time cars, 2 cars that have the same drive in it all year, and I think the whole team, just me, every driver, but also the team, we just get more experience, and my feedback becomes better and more specific. And Matt Barnes, my engineer, really knows what I need from the car, and it really gets better every time. So now, like starting here in yesterday in Indianapolis at the open test in practice, it just felt so good and so stable and exactly what I needed. And we talked about it, and even in a non-racing environment, we spent some time together, which also helps.
The chemistry is so crucial at any level, and you can have that chemistry from the pit box to you in the cockpit, but what have you and Matt done away from the racetrack that's really made that chemistry kind of like muscle memory now, where he can complete your sentences and he understands what you're trying to get across to him?
Well, now every time, normally when I went to Indianapolis, I would stay in a hotel, or I had my own apartment a year ago. But now I just stay at his house every time I'm in Indianapolis. So we go out for dinner every night. We sit, and just have dinner at his house. And I think for some reason, being together in those times, you build a friendship, but also I say something about what I need from a setup that I normally never think about saying. So you find some things out about each other, which help each other on the track.
All right. So what we want to know is, did you ever, when you were the house guest, did you ever get in the kitchen and maybe whip up something from the Netherlands that you wanted to expose Matt, to maybe a special meal? Or do you just, when it's your turn, quote unquote, to cook, do you just bail out and go to a restaurant?
Actually, Matt's not really a cooker, so I Please laughing here. No, I just actually make him stay at home, and I cook for him and his girlfriend. So I like cooking. I'm not the greatest at it, but it tastes pretty good so far.
So what's the best meal that you served up?
It's all very simple because I always want to stay very, very much to the basics. So sweet potato, some kind of protein. So it might be, I like fish a lot, so salmon, and a bunch of vegetables like stir fried.
Wow, I'm impressed. Cyclist, winner on the IndyCar circuit, and soon to be a contestant in MasterChef. It's RInus Veekay with Ed Carpenter Racing. All right, one of the other things that we realize, Rinus, is you were never very good about doing your laundry. And that basically it would sit in the corner of your apartment until family came to visit so that mom could do it. Now that you're living in Fort Lauderdale, how's the laundry going?
It's going well now. I just do laundry all the time on my own. I can do everything on my own now. I've learned that. But I screwed up my laundry last week, though. I don't know what happened, but everything had weird spots on it. So I redid everything. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think Mom's still better at doing laundry.
I want to, before we end this conversation, talk about the influence that your dad has had. He was an established racer himself. He really made the connection, and it makes sense. You know, Dutcher, we're watching Arie Luyendyk for so many years, and Arie's been very instrumental in, you know, charting your progress and debriefing you. So I wonder, the influence of your dad, what's the greatest lessons racing-wise that you've learned from him?
Well, I think my dad really teach me the basics when I was in go-karts, and still everything he says to me makes sense. Even though, you know, I'm at a higher level he has ever raced. He knows what's going on. So I think there's not particularly one thing that's really in my mind right now, but actually all the foundations and the basics. That's what that's what he helped me with, and he knows he can spot talent. And if I did not have the talent, he would have never helped me as much as he did now. So yeah, I'm very grateful to have my dad there and just help me out with everything. And also on the communication side, he's always there for me in the Netherlands.
Continued success, my friend, and I'm going to send you a cookbook so that maybe you can, you know, up your game a little bit in that regard. You might, you know, go right out on the edge, and we'll get you ready for that Master Chef appearance, okay?
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, my friend. Be well.
Thank you. Will do.
Next up on Wind Tunnel.
Look at Akinori Ogata on that outside. Akinori Ogata with the lead out of turn number 4. They're side by side.
You'll meet this week's Advance Auto Parts Victory Lap guest after this message.
Hey, car lovers. At Advance Auto Parts, we have what you need to keep your car running all season long. So if you enjoy getting ahead of the curve when it comes to taking care of your ride, Advance Auto Parts has everything to keep your ride on track to reach the victory lap. Because you can trust the team at Advance Auto Parts to assist you in finding what you need at the right price. Stop by Advance Auto Parts, where you're always number one.
This is how we advance.
Man, this is for all those guys. There's a ton of them out there that are like me, that have won here and all these great short tracks around here. We can do it. We just need the opportunities. Today proved it. Yeah, it's a short track, but it's still damn hard to win here, and we did it.
They are hometown heroes, drivers who put their passion on the line in front of their friends.
Here we go, 3 wide, got Sellers up in the marble.
Halfway home in this one. Off turn 4, he heads for the checkered flag.
They're 3 wide in 2 different rows.
Buckle up and hold on tight.
Here he comes off of turn number 4. Brendan Queen gets it done for the second straight year.
Down into turn number 3, Akinori Ogata for the final time out of Sagamihara, Japan is going to take the checkered flag and win here at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Time now to focus the spotlight on hometown heroes with this week's Advance Auto Parts Victory Lap, brought to you by the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series, driving local racing in local communities forward. Here's your Wind Tunnel host, Jack Arute.
Dreams can sometimes push an individual beyond what might seem reasonable. And that is certainly the case of my next guest, Akinori Ogata. You see, his dream of becoming a NASCAR Cup driver prompted him to move he and his family from their native Japan almost halfway across the world, locating in the heartland of NASCAR, Mooresville, North Carolina. Over the course of almost 2 decades, Ogata has chased his dream and just 2 weeks ago moved even closer to fulfilling it when he scored his very first NASCAR victory at the Hickory Motor Speedway. Akinori, congratulations and welcome inside the Wind Tunnel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much having me tonight. Yeah, I was just so excited 2 weeks ago. I finally got a first win in the racing in the United States. You know, it takes a long time to get my first wins, but yeah, that was a special moment.
You moved your family without a lot of, not even being able to maybe understand the English language as well as you do now. And in the long run, it had to be such a cultural shock to move to the heartland of NASCAR, and that was in Mooresville, North Carolina. I just can't imagine someone having a dream burning that brightly that they would be willing to make those sorts of sacrifices.
I didn't understand anything about the United States. So, yeah, I was shocked. It's everything different, the culture, the language, and the food, everything different. So, but, well, I enjoy the life in North Carolina. The people is great, but just the hard life and cannot understand English, and sometimes different, way different culture. So I didn't understand people that's so yeah. But it takes time, and every single day learning everything, and yeah, 12 years later today, yeah, a little comfortable. And then I have some friend, and so yeah, I enjoy living in North Carolina.
When did this dream of yours first start, that you wanted to pursue a career in NASCAR?
I started racing the local track in 2003, and I make a career in the racing in the United States, and everything is different. It's from Japan, so running everything, driving, and a car is different, a cycle track is different, and the communicate very important and for racing. So it takes every single race and learning everything to get it better, and I got I started to get some sponsor, and so yeah, I could step up to NASCAR series. So yeah, so 2012, and finally I raced in NASCAR Can Pro Series, ARCA Series East right now. But yeah, and then, but unfortunately, I could not race in the full time because of sponsor money, not enough for the full time. But it's keep racing. I try to move it up to a NASCAR series and a track and Xfinity, but NASCAR doesn't say okay to race in the NASCAR series. So, but yeah, finally 2014, I had a good race in Iowa and not in the NASCAR Can Pro East. So that's why I finally started a NASCAR track series in 2014 at the Phoenix Raceway.
You certainly have found a home in the heartland of stock car racing and the Hickory Motor Speedway. You've become quite the fan favorite. What about your feelings about the Hickory Speedway now that you can have your name put right up there in the record books with some of the NASCAR Hall of Famers and all-time greats of stock car racing?
I couldn't imagine it. It's a people in people in Hickory race pen cheering to a Japanese driver. So that is amazing. So I didn't imagine it's people cheering to me at the track. But I have a race in the Hickory Motor Speedway for a while. So yeah, but getting better at my performance at the track. So people started interesting. Yeah, you did a good job, and the finish. I did finish the second, third, even the fourth, fifth. So when I started racing the local track, I always race in the back. So but to get better, it's be better to finish the top 10, finish the top 5. Finally, to finish the second, the third, all the time last year. So yeah, people come me after race. You did a good job, and so yeah, so that was a great moment. People, I'm so glad. So people started interesting my challenging. So and yeah, so yeah, that's good. That was good.
Has it all been worth it? You have sacrificed so much to chase this dream. Has it been worth it to you?
Yes. Yes. My challenging is not easy, but I working hard to my dream, get my dream. You know, so my dream is racing the Cup Series and then Daytona 500 that I want to do. But if I go to Cup Series, I think we need more work for, more experience, more sponsored money. So, but so far I got a win in Hickory Motor Speedway, and then I have some of Xfinity the track race. So yeah, that's that challenging. I'm sorry. My challenging is very rewarding. Yes, my challenging very rewarding.
I will tell you this. I think that there are thousands of people out there that hope that you someday get to fulfill your dream and be in the starting field for a Daytona 500. But in the meantime, enjoy that victory, and you've got plenty of season left at Hickory Motor Speedway. I've got a sneaky suspicion that Akinori Ogata is going to get to victory lane more often in 2022. We thank you for visiting with us today, and we're on your side. We're pulling for you. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Advance Auto Parts Victory Lap, brought to you by the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series, driving local racing in local communities forward. Coming your way,
Suarez has put on a clinic today.
It was my goal to one day to be a NASCAR champion.
Side by side at the start-finish line. 2 miles remain. Can Suarez make it stick?
Growing up in Mexico, all the different racing series that it took to get here to this level, what does this moment mean to you?
It's just unbelievable. I have no words to describe what I'm feeling right now. It's amazing.
Good job, buddy.
Congrats on the first one. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Gracias. Todos por su apoyo. Gracias.
Woo!
Hey, car lovers! At Advance Auto Parts, we have what you need to keep your car running all season long. So if you enjoy getting ahead of the curve when it comes to taking care of your ride, Advance Auto Parts has everything to keep your ride on track to reach the victory lap. Because you can trust the team at Advance Auto Parts to assist you in finding what you need at the right price. Stop by Advance Auto Parts, where you're always number one.
This is how we advance.
welcome back to your podcast home for motorsports conversation. Jack Arute's Wind Tunnel.
Here we go, and Suarez is on it. What the heck?
Here's your Wind Tunnel host, Jack Arute.
Well, there is absolutely no question about it. Probably the most rising team in NASCAR at the Cup level is, well, the team that my next guest drives for. TrackHouse Racing has already been to victory lane, and there are mi amigos all over the place. The driver of the Tootsie's Chevrolet joins us now, the one and only Daniel Suarez. Daniel, forgive me, I don't know any Mexican, so I can only say, buenos dias. How about that?
Well, that's cool, but right now it will be more, instead of good morning, it will be more like good afternoon. So you're a little late for that one.
I'm always late for the party. Hey, listen, your season last year certainly had some really exciting moments. But comparing last season to what you, as one of the drivers at TrackHouse Racing, is enjoying this season, how would you compare? Is it a move forward?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a huge one. I think that last year was a good starting year to get TrackHouse started and to get rolling with this project. There were a lot of learning curves, a lot of things, a lot of lessons that we could have done different or better, or things that we did just right. But this year has been quite different, having a much bigger organization, direct support from Chevrolet, having a teammate. So it's been quite different, but much better, honestly, in every single aspect. So it's been exciting. I'm really very, very happy to say the least on where we are right now. But obviously we keep working hard. I mean, the goals that we have in mind, we haven't reached them just yet. So we have to keep pushing, and hopefully we can get closer to our goals very soon.
You realize now that you're matched up with the watermelon farmer that you have to acquire a taste for watermelon.
I love watermelons. Actually, I do. It's just something that since I was little, I have loved watermelons. So it won't be a huge effort for me to taste watermelons.
On a more serious note, though, adding Ross to the TrackHouse team, what does that allow you to do in terms of your racecraft?
I feel like I have learned a lot from him. The way that he works, the way that he prepared himself. It's been good. I feel like honestly this year I have learned a lot. Just the way that the main Chevrolet drivers prepare themselves, they train themselves. It's a little bit different than everything that I used to do. So it's been fun, working with all this group, and I think that there is still a lot of learning to do, but I feel like we're in a good track to do good things. We have to continue to push. We have to continue to learn, but I do believe that we're in a good position.
I get the sense that Daniel Suarez 2022 is far more comfortable, and also, and this is one of those real subtleties that come along with experience, knows what he wants probably far more than ever before, and therefore is able to communicate that in a different way than, let's say, you did even as short a period of time as 1 year ago.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just part of the process. You continue to get better every single year and every single race. And if you don't get better, you have to actually work on yourself to try to get better, because there is always things that you can do better or different, or just it's a part of the process. If you think that you are already in your top, you better watch out, because there is people behind you coming. So we have to continue to work. I have a great team that they continue to push me, I continue to push them, and we continue to move forward together. I'm having a lot of fun this year, to be honest with you, and I think that we're gonna have some great moments this year. I can't wait to continue to make progress, to have fun, enjoy the moment, and hopefully we can start winning some races here very soon.
Speaking of having fun, we have all thoroughly enjoyed your work in the Xfinity Series coverage on Fox. You just get up there and totally change things.
It's one of those 8 tires are better than 4, Daniel?
Always.
That's what it looked
always,
like to
especially
me.
when you're on the inside. That always. Once again, the bottom is coming through strong, man. I just feel like that's something to learn. I'm gonna write it down for tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully no one else is watching this.
Are you having as much fun as we think you are?
I am. Honestly, I am. I have fun for different reasons. One is doing it. It's fun to do that. Watch the race from a different perspective is also important for myself. I also feel that I can add a different flavor to the booth, just for the fact that really my English is not great, and I can mix some Spanish in there once in a while. So it's been a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed that a lot. Something that is very important as well that some people don't realize is that it can be also a way for me, at least, to disconnect a little bit from the race car, and trying to watch the race, have fun with it, and then come back to the cup data meetings with my team and stuff. So it's been fun. I have enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to maybe do a couple more.
How about Daniel Suarez? Where did you polish your English as you were trying to add a second language?
Watching cartoons, reading books, watching movies back and forward in English with subtitles in Spanish and with subtitles in English. That was kind of like my way. At the time, I couldn't afford English classes, so I had to kind of like learn the hard way that it was by myself. But it was quite a process, and it was fun.
Hey, before we let you go, I want to do some fast takes. Are you up to it? You just got to kind of give me quick answers, all right?
Sure, yeah.
Drum roll, please. Okay, first, your favorite authentic Mexican dish.
What I get most of the time is arroz with chicken and steak. So
what are they?
Rice, chicken, and steak.
Okay. Your favorite junk food?
I would say probably chipotle.
And finally, boxers or briefs?
I don't know, man. I don't think I would take either one.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to visit with you, my friend. My best to you, to Justin, to Pitbull, and the entire TrackHouse team, because we've talked about it on this podcast quite a bit. It's not just a race team. It's a team that wants to leave the world in a better place. You certainly are doing your part in that regard, and there is no question you're headed to victory lane sooner rather than later. Thanks so much, Daniel, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Jack. I appreciate it, man. Have a good day.
Hey, car lovers. At Advance Auto Parts, we have what you need to keep your car running all season long. So if you enjoy getting ahead of the curve when it comes to taking care of your ride, Advance Auto Parts has everything to keep your ride on track to reach the victory lap. Because you can trust the team at Advance Auto Parts to assist you in finding what you need at the right price. Stop by Advance Auto Parts, where you're always number one.
This is how we advance.
So we've come to the close of yet another Wind Tunnel episode. I hope that after listening to my guest this week, you have a deeper appreciation for the passion, dedication, and in many cases, sacrifices that a racing career demand. Dreams require dedication, and they demand risk. They are not for the meek. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll return next week for another episode of Wind Tunnel.
You've been listening to Jack Arute's Wind Tunnel. Wind Tunnel is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts, the official auto parts retailer of NASCAR. And follow us on our social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And be sure to subscribe to Wind Tunnel's YouTube channel, where you'll discover bonus content. I'm Lenny Baticki of Performance Racing Network's At the Track Show, saying thank you for joining us today. See you again next week.